I think that would be useful that I share with you some preliminary remarks, some introductory remarks, and then we give more time to discussions because, first of all, I think it would be more lively. Secondly, I want to use this panel also to test a little bit the temperature in this room around these negotiations, because we are certainly in a articulate, I would say, articulate moment of EU-US negotiation on this. Italy is fully supportive of the TTIP. We strongly believe in it. We have identified this agreement, this potential agreement, as a key priority of our presidency, and we are not sparing our efforts to move ahead with the negotiations, and I'm sure that also Vice Minister Calenda, who will conclude your works this afternoon, will give you also the very updated information on the negotiation, for which he is the key negotiator on behalf of the Italian government and of the Italian presidency. In my view, this negotiation, and this is a very general remark, is important and it's got an importance which goes even well beyond its potential content. What do I mean? That the possibility of creating between Europeans and Americans the biggest free trade area, with some aspect, with some exceptions, etc., but the biggest market in the world, and the fact that this is the biggest market in the world is created by two parts of the world which shares fundamental values. We share largely, not fully, but largely, a certain vision of the world, which must redouble their effort to organize a real new global governance around the G20, which is just the beginning, just the embryo, just the first attempt of the need to have a real governance on key economic issues on the world scene. Well, the fact that we can agree on this biggest market in the world is a very strong message, and I'm sure that would raise also our influence on the work that we need to do to shape a new global governance. And this is, in my view, the main political reason on the basis and behind the negotiation, which I would invite all the actors involved in the negotiation to never forget. Because this counts much more than some specific detail on some specific point on which we might disagree. We cannot miss this chance. And this is a message that I convey in Europe, within Europe, to partners which are very sensitive to some issues of the negotiations. Certainly, I mean, sensitivities must take into account. And that's the message I convey when I got a chance with our American friends and partners. And this is, I think that if we keep in mind this perspective, it should help also to tackle the specific issues which are still open. The first point. The second point is transparency. I do believe that some mistakes on the way the negotiations have been held or have been made, and if there are many and growing urban legends around the TTIP, it's also because of the lack of transparency. This is why we have taken the decision on the 9th of October under our presidency to declassify the negotiating directive for the TTIP with the US. We decided to do so because we do believe that the more transparent are the negotiations, the wider can be the support of the public opinion. And this is something which is becoming an issue, a political issue to tackle, not only within the European Parliament, but also within some national parliament and in the relation with some part of the civil society NGO. So this is at the origin of the decision we took to declassify and to ensure more transparency. The other point is the rhythm of the negotiation. I would be hypocritical if I said to you today that we are satisfied with the rhythm. We think the negotiations are too slow, and we think that we need, for the same reason, to reach the goal, but also to persuade public opinion that this agreement is worthwhile. We need real progress in the short run, and we need concrete results, first concrete results in the negotiation in the short run. After the last round of technical negotiations at the end of September, beginning of October, we see that the general conclusions is still far. That there are some chapters which are still blocked, and this is why we are proposing to work around a two-track approach, working first of all on an interim agreement, which could focus on access to the market, reduction of duties, opening of public procurement, energy, and the export liberalization in this sector, convergence of standard and rules and regulations, as it has been asked at this point, both by the representative of American and of European industries, notably in 6 key industry sectors: chemical sector, cars, pharmaceutical, cosmetic, textile, and medical devices. We do believe that to focus now our attention and our efforts on on an interim agreement that can help to pursue the negotiation on the rest of the agreement, and we can better prepare the ground, and that is not it's not up to us to evaluate, but we do believe that in some moment in 2015, for some democratic reasons, the negotiation will a little bit slow down. And then they will have, probably, we hope, an acceleration again. They will speed up again. And we do believe that having an interim agreement can represent a very valid working base on which to build the second part of the agreement, probably, I would say, at the end of the years. But still, I mean, it's not up to me to really judge whether this will have a real impact. I do believe that it will have. The last point is well, I conclude as I had introduced that from the purely Italian perspective, we do believe that the cost-benefit evaluation is certainly positive. And according to all the studies, the figures that we have elaborated, and I know that you are working also on this, we think that the potential gains are high, are much higher than the potential cost. And notably in a key sector like fashion and agro-food, we do believe that as Italy we have a clear national interest to pursue the negotiation, knowing that we are putting on the table difficult issues on which we want to move ahead, such as notably, I won't go in other detail, notably the issue of Italian sounding, which is a real problem for agro-food Italian industry, and on which we hope that we will find a more sympathetic position also from our American partners. That's what I wanted to share with you as preliminary remarks, and I will be ready to participate to the debate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister.